Hello, everyone, and welcome to the brand new and revitalized Discussing Nothing. I am your host today, Ross. I am joined by the beautiful
Tristan
and the lovely
Alex.
And today we are starting with a new segment that I definitely didn't rip off from 101, Room 101. And I, if you can imagine it, boys, I am the Prime Minister of Britain.
Oh, right.
The ruler of Britannia.
A new one. Another one.
Another one.
Yeah,
Politics.
It's about time, really, isn't it?
Politics.
It's been 4 weeks.
And basically, you two are going to pitch something to me that you wish to be made illegal. And I, as Prime Minister, Lord Ruler of Britannia, will decide if I think which one is best, essentially. Does any of you require or wish to go first?
Neither require it nor wish it.
Up to you, boss.
Well, let's go alphabetical order. And A for Alex.
Right. Well, first of all, you're very tall up there.
I'm the ruler.
Yeah, you are. So I guess my thing, I was been thinking about what I would like to be made illegal. And I decided road rage. I believe that on 99% of occasions, road rage is unrequired. I understand that sometimes people make mistakes. And I also understand that sometimes people are idiots on purpose and are bad drivers. And they deserve to be raged at. But I think 99% of the time is unnecessary. And a smile would just be the right thing to do on most occasions. And that's what I think.
Interesting. Tristan, yours?
What my
We'll just
illegal
get both
thing?
out first.
Okay.
So this is a battle, is it?
It is a battle.
All right. Well, I didn't realize you were Prime Minister, to be fair, which means there might be some, crossover with interests here. But mine is to abolish the democratic voting system. Like, democratic voting, that would be illegal. Yep.
Well, this is a short episode. I'm gonna probably give it to road rage.
What did you?
Hey,
What is wrong with the Democrat? What do you not like about that?
well, look at the state of the world. That's been with democracy so far for a while.
Bad, Tristan.
It's not great. I've got to be honest. I think it could be better. I think there are other ways.
Voting in every country.
Well,
ever?
Illegal.
Yeah, I mean,
Is that not just a dictatorship?
not necessarily.
Okay.
There are other ways. Sort of inspired by the fact they call it a leadership race. Just have a race.
Well, like a sprint.
Like an actual running race.
Could be running. But sort of like every time you could sort of change the race. Maybe it could be like cars.
So
But if road rage wasn't legal, then the car race, would be a bit more tame, I suppose.
So that
There'd be lots of people sticking to a speed limit.
So you wish to have
Maybe canoes,
You wish to have Lewis Hamilton as Prime Minister
potentially.
rather than I?
If he won the road race, I suppose, or the sprinting race, I'm sure he can run.
the irony is,
Interesting.
if my law was passed, they wouldn't be able to be mad at each other
I know.
in the race.
I know.
So, Alex, do you get road rage
No,
often? No.
well, I don't get road rage. I see people. I kind of forget there's a horn, so I won't ever use it, and I'll just be like, "What is that person doing?" But I'm not a kind of guy who's going to be like, screaming, But people do it to me, and I'm like, just get over yourself.
But you don't think it's ever warranted?
I think it is. I think it can be warranted, and I understand that. But I think the rage is the issue. I think we all make road mistakes, and I think it should be road grace, not road rage.
Say, for example, you're at a red light, goes green, guy's just not moving. Just a wee toot.
I think a little toot isn't road rage, though.
Like, what if he's just not moving for a good 2 minutes? Like, would you lay off the tooter?
No.
No.
Well, I guess I understand what you're saying. I think there's circumstances where it would be warranted. Like, I don't want to get political about oil.
But
I feel like there's a butt coming.
he's going to.
But I can understand why sometimes people might get mad at them because it's justified. But I think what's interesting is the unjustified road rage, where it's like, and maybe like missed my exit, and I kind of pull in a little bit sharpish, and it's like, fair enough. Like, I just made a little mistake, but the person behind you is like, oh, what an idiot! I'm like, come on.
But some people only learn through guilt and sort of being made to feel bad about their mistakes. Otherwise, they might never learn. If everyone's like, it's all right, they'll be like, and then things could get even more. They could be a dangerous driver who would only learn how to be a better driver through berating.
As you well know, me and Aylin recently had a near-death experience at the wheel of a car. And I would argue that if nobody was there to flash their lights, they didn't toot at us, but if nobody there to flash their lights, we probably wouldn't have. And if I wasn't there to rage at Aylin, would we have learned our lesson, Aylin?
I mean, I just found it funny that you were angry, so it probably made it worse. You weren't angry though. It wasn't rage.
No, it was terror.
It was more terror.
So
Yeah.
Ross got road rage when he wasn't even behind the wheel.
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought he was going to grab the wheel.
secondhand road rage.
Secondhand. Yeah, I can get a third hand, fourth hand. You know, it's just you get backseat drivers.
I just think that on a lot of occasions, road rage is unnecessary.
Do you get
Sometimes-
road rage?
First of all, sorry, just before anything, if you're comparing this law to that law, and you think that my law is more ridiculous than his law,
I'll get to it.
Okay, well, I'm just saying.
Listen to me, Prime
Right,
Minister.
sorry, Prime Minister. Go back to asking you a question.
Do you get road rage?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. You know, get a bit annoyed at people.
Ever warranted?
Yeah, probably sometimes. I also get road rage directed at me a fair amount.
Poor driver.
Yeah. Well,
Have you learned?
have I learned how to drive?
No, learn anything about. Learn from a rager person. Has it changed your behavior?
Maybe.
That's not strong enough.
Maybe.
Maybe it's not
I
strong
feel
enough.
like I have learned from road rage incidents because I've made mistakes and people have tooted angry at me, and it's scarred me mentally into never making those mistakes again, or just never driving again. To be quite honest with you, sometimes I just don't want to drive again. But I feel that there can be stuff learned from it. But segue, what do you think of Tristan's getting rid of the democratic voting system?
Well,
Let's get political.
I don't think there is a right answer to.
That's very democratic.
Thank you. I think there's a right answer to solving the problem of politics. I don't think running a physical race should be the answer, though.
That's what everyone always says.
Everyone always says
Talk-
you should.
They're always talking down on your ideas, but they don't have a better one themselves.
I don't have a better one.
But what is democratically unfair about most votes wins?
There's nothing unfair.
Right.
No, it's fair. It's just you can't trust people.
Can't trust
People have been in charge of their own lives for too long, and look where it's got. Look where it's got the world. Really, you know.
Do we work with a fascist?
Usain Bolt for president?
Yeah. So do you think Usain Bolt,
Anarchist, my friend.
a very chill dude? You know Usain, what he's like.
Oh, Usain Bolt. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
he has
Eating chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets day of the race. You think he wins the running race? He has the right to tell you what to do with your life.
No, he's not a British citizen.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
Oh,
all democrats in the world.
Well, no, you could replace each one in each.
You want to get rid of the British one?
No, I don't think there should be one supreme ruler for the entire world. I feel like that's a bad path. But I guess, yeah. Just in this in each individual country, we could have their own races or sort of competition, which wouldn't go down to a public vote.
What do you think would be the most appropriate, competition in the UK?
I think I like the idea of rotating it. So 1 year it could be running, 1 year it could be. I think sea based in the UK is quite good. You know, we're in Britain's an island. Lots of water to race in. Mm-hmm. So yeah, swimming, sailing, canoeing, windsurfing.
You have such a wide variety of
exactly.
every year.
How often
So
would we
you
do
could
this?
you every 4 years keep
Every
it the
4
same.
years.
Yeah, that can happen.
You win one race and you're in charge for 4 years.
I guess you could be challenged.
And
Is there like
a surf off? Like it'd be like one of those like mid noughties like Disney Channel movies.
oh, like Johnny Capahala back
Yeah,
on board.
exactly.
Good film.
would it be like everyone who wanted to enter could race, and then there'd be like thousands of people racing in one race, or would there be like heats?
Heats for practicality.
Okay, just
I'm getting practical at this
Thought of
point.
it. This,
Okay.
this is a very long election process, I'd say, because I think many
Yeah,
people
4 years, you'd say.
So
it's
as
like-
soon as you're
as soon as
elected,
you're
the
in-
next run starts.
just starts.
Why not?
But what if the current prime minister wants to be re-elected?
They can
And he's
try.
not focused on any policies. He's just preparing for the next race.
That is true.
That's what we're doing now.
Alan, what are your thoughts on this? Help me come up with a decision. What are you thinking?
I think I hate road rage as well. I'm like Alex. I don't get angry ever in the car. I don't think I've ever had road rage.
And she nearly killed you, Ross.
She did nearly kill me.
If she'd been a bit more road ragey, maybe she would have
No, I would have been so blind with anger that I probably would have.
just crashed.
I would have like. I wouldn't have
I would
sped
argue
up.
though that the road rage incident, it's more likely to be directed at Ailyn for the driving that she produced.
I get the road rage directed at me,
Yeah. Oh right. So that's why.
so I don't like it. So I want it outlawed.
Are you a bad driver? Does road rage get directed at
I mean,
you
you've
often?
all been in a car with me multiple times.
I would argue nobody messes with you because you're in a much larger car.
That is true, but the driver speaks for itself.
Intriguing.
That's my final.
I think there's a fine
Point.
line between road rage and how you sort of go around enforcing it compared to sort of just taking the initiative at some points and being like a confident, aggressive driver, which is a good thing at times. And you know, a nervous driver is a dangerous driver. And if you take away if people are worried about getting sort of penalized or whatever for aggressive driving, then things could actually be more dangerous.
Do you know what would be more dangerous? Allowing people to race to become prime minister, physically race.
You could have think of all the races you could have. What a spectacle!
It sounds like you just want a sporting tournament.
Yeah, like just start
we
another
have the
Olympics.
Olympics
Yeah.
every 4 years.
It would
There's
be
loads of races. Have you
yeah.
heard of it?
Yeah, it'd be like that. Yeah, and it's great, isn't it?
Well,
the Olympics. We just have the Olympics. Just every time the Olympics comes
Whoever
around, that's
wins
4
the
years,
Olympics.
prime minister.
Well, I'm torn, you see. Because I feel like a lot can be learned from road rage. But I also think democracy is very important. And it's tough. But I think... well, I've also got to save my own job if Tristan's just allowing everything.
You can pick the first race if you want.
I think I'm going to have to put removing all democracy. I think I'm going to have to I'm going to have to agree with Tristan today. Because I like road rage and I get road rage quite a lot. I feel like his arguments were more compelling.
What? You just lost your job. That's right. This is your last point.
No. I just think his arguments were more compelling, and I think a lot can be learned from road rage.
This is
So
ridiculous.
I've decided today that we're going to make.
Just
What
because
was
you
it?
have road
What
rage.
was it? All democracy.
All democratic voting systems.
Yeah, that's what is going to be made illegal under my rule. Good luck in the race, everyone. Alex doesn't seem too happy about this.
Ridiculous.
This has been Discussing Nothing. I don't know if I'll be allowed back, but thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.